Good morning and welcome to Team Blitz Live Saturday morning hangout. My name is Teresa Kaiser, and our leader Terrence will be joining us maybe possibly later today. He is stuck in traffic, so stuff happens like that. We're going to go ahead and run this today. And today we also have joining us is Katrina Russell. Say hi, Katrina. Wave. There she is. Okay. Oh, pizza for breakfast, man. That's awesome. I love that. That's my favorite too. Katrina and I are from the both from the Midwest. We live about 3 hours from each other, but this business that we work in, we don't actually have to live right next door. I connect with people all over the world. In fact, I'm going to share some social media secrets with you today as a subject that I am often approached with. I'm an online coach and mentor for technical training. And so today I'm going to show you something kind of unique and share some tips and tricks on how you can actually, one, become more of a little a social media bug, you know, kind of like the life of the party type of thing, you know. So when you go to a party, you have to socialize, right? If you're the person standing in the corner, you're not the person that's going to get most of the attention, right? Now, I'm not saying you have to stand in the corner nude. That might get you some attention, but probably not a really good idea. So, by the way, we have some humor here this morning on Saturdays. Social media is very, very important. And social media involves being with Twitter and Facebook and Periscope. Periscope is one of the biggest things, which I'll admit on live camera I have not delved into too much at this point. It is in the near future, and I have actually tried it. I do enjoy it, so watch for me there as well. But all those things, I'm going to give you some examples, and I'm not going to use names, okay? But I want to show you some examples of just to envision things here. If you're on social media and you started this online business, whatever it is, I don't care what your niche is or what your MLM is. If you started an online business last week and you started a fan page yesterday, please don't dive in and spend $500 on advertising like in 3 hours from now. Especially if you don't have any interaction on your Facebook fan page or your wall, or all that your Facebook consists of is your mom, your brother, your sister, and cousin Joe Mo. So probably not a good idea. Social media is about being interactive with people. Okay, you want to engage with people. Now I'm going to show some things for you today and how you can utilize a tool. I know a lot of you are all stuck on Periscope, and that's cool, but Facebook is still out there. You can still utilize it, and I'm going to do a little screen sharing to show you exactly how you can find people in your niche that are interested in the same things you are. A lot of people say, how do I find people that are like me? How can I start a conversation with them? So I'm going to use Facebook as a tool. And then I'll also tell you about some Twitter tricks that I have learned as well, how to find people there with the use of hashtags. Hashtags came up in a conversation this morning in our group chat, so we'll cover that a teeny bit as well. First, let's talk about how to find people to join your business. And I don't care what your business is. I mean, whether it's, this MLM or that MLM, the world is full of people. And it exists of more than just calling up your friends and your neighbors and making a list of 100 of their friends and 100 more of those friends. And by the time you're done, you've lost your voice and you can't talk or make any phone calls because you have finger cramps. We don't want that. So you want to be searching Facebook for people with like-minded interest. For example, maybe you like Tony Robbins. Maybe you like gardening. Maybe you like puppies. Maybe you like kittens. All kinds of things you can actually search for. And I'm just going to close off some of my chat boxes here. I have like 500 before we start sharing. Not that I chat about anything you don't want to see, but we'll just turn that off for a moment. And if you have any questions, by the way, while we're getting this ready, just make sure that you ask questions in the box below where you're watching this on teamblitzlive.com. And Katrina is actually watching the question box, so she'll make sure that that question gets to me. So you can ask that question live during our training today, okay? So Katrina, I'm just going to ask for a visual here in just a minute. If you can just tell me when you can see my screen. You're good? Okay. So I have 500 things open at the moment, but this tool up here at the top of Facebook is called Graph Search. And a lot of people, yeah, it's been out there for a while, but you know what? I train new people all the time, and they are not familiar with how to use it, and maybe you aren't. And if you're not, it's okay. You know, I see people trying to learn so many different things at once. And I want you to focus on learning just one thing at a time. So let's say you're maybe in your, I don't know, 30s, 40s, and you want to focus on someone in their 30s or 40s, or you want to focus on someone that, you know, a certain age group, a certain region. So you can say in this, you know, people who are not my friends, this is called Graph Search, that live in, now I live in Wisconsin. So if I say Wisconsin, okay. So let's say I want to focus on a certain area, all right? These are, the very first thing you're going to see is top, and this is like the top posts, you know, people, so you can search for people, and these are people who live in Wisconsin that you could, you know, check out their, you could click on their name, maybe, you know, you can see here that you've done, you like certain interests. You can go and check them out. So like here's someone who, I don't know, I'll check them out here. Alonzo, okay. So by looking at someone's profile, you can kind of see maybe what they're interested in. You can check out their friends. You know, maybe it looks like according to their friends, maybe you have some friends in common. You know, the person is obviously, by looking at the things they're sharing, an internet marketer. Okay. So you have something in common if you're an internet marketer. Okay. I'm going to give you a rule of 5. And I say 5. Some people say 10. Do not request more than 5 friends per day. Okay. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to send this person a friend request because we're in the same state. Happen to like it. Now I sent them a friend request. Now watch what happens, and you can find this on my YouTube channel on how to sort your friends, okay? Because sometimes Grandma and Uncle Betty or Uncle Joe, yeah, if you have an Uncle Betty, yeah, okay, we won't go there. But anyway, you want to make sure that maybe they don't see the post. They don't care about your internet marketing posts, all right? So I'm going to sort my friends list. So if you go to youtube.com/, maybe Katrina can type this, TR Kaiser 1. It's my YouTube channel. And I believe that Katrina has watched this training as well on how to sort your friends, because you can control who sees your posts. So I'm going to add this person to another list. And I just made a list actually called professional. So I got them all sorted out. And so now if I wanted to make a post on my timeline and control who sees it, everyone on the list professional, instead of choosing where it says public, you know, when you make a post here, you can actually choose a custom list. So if you're interested in more of that, you can watch the video. We won't go into that in full detail at this time. But I do want to show you a couple of things. Number one, first of all, you need to let people know that you have a fan page, okay? If you're going to have a fan page, fine. Do you see up here where it says this link? This goes to my fan page, and people know that I have a fan page. But I can tell you, if you go check out your profile and this says I work at home online, you're missing out on getting engagement on your Facebook fan page. So that's something that you definitely want to do as well. Make sure that this is visible. Again, it's in that same training or in or around that area on my YouTube channel. You can check out if you wish. But let people know that you have a fan page. You know, secondly, make sure that you have some posts on it. You know, in a training session the other day, I had someone say, okay, I got all my stuff ready. I'm going to go out and do some Facebook advertising with my fan page. And I look at their fan page and it's blank. There ain't a lick of nothing on there to show who they are. They haven't liked anyone's posts or anything like that at all. So your fan page, I'm going to say you should be posting to your fan page on a regular basis. I mean, even a lot of people say daily. A lot of people don't have time for daily. They do it weekly. You know, a lot of people automate their posts. For example, if, you know, I share things via automation using a tool called OnlyWire. And there's a training on my blog for that. That is the most recent one. But, you know, I mean, right now I've got, you know, 582 likes on my fan page. And how did I get those? Because I am social with people. I interact with people. Here's a plan for you, okay? Every day, pick people on your friends list and like 25 people's posts. And I want you to do it in this order, okay? 25 people a day. Like, maybe you see a pretty picture, comment on it, and pick new people, okay? The next thing, and this is before you post anything to your wall at all, and pick various different times of the day and see what kind of reaction you get and kind of make notes of that. If you want people to see your posts, because I have people say, well, I made a post and nobody saw it. Okay, well, why is that? Because you just post your stuff and you're not liking other people's things, all right? So as a rule of thumb, you should go into, maybe you want to join 5 groups a day and search for groups. You can also search for groups up here, you know, groups about network marketing, okay? Groups about Tony Robbins, and go into those groups and be social and like people's posts, maybe share something to your wall. Not everybody is in there advertising, you'd be amazed. And you can actually look for groups under here for more and groups. Okay, so you can choose to join these. If they say public, you can join them. If any of them say that they are a closed group, it means that they have some rules. You got to follow the rules. You can't go in there and be a spammer or whatever it is that they say. And then, of course, your membership would need to be approved by an admin, whoever owns the group. They have to actually add you. Okay, so just keep that in mind and be respectful. So rule of 5, don't send more than 5 friend requests a day. Don't request to join more than 5 groups a day, and don't post in more than 5 groups a day. I'm going to call that my rule of 5. Some people say 10, I say 5, because you know what? I've been in Facebook jail a long time ago. I learned the hard way. Please don't get yourself in Facebook jail, okay? So this is how you find people. So don't tell me that you cannot find people that have the same interests in what you have, because you can, you know? And same thing here. This is what's trending right now on Facebook. If you look at this, just by hitting the F over here in the corner, you'll see what's trending, what people are talking about. Make sure that you are, you know, interacting with people here. This is a great place to interact with people as well. You know, what's the popular topic? What should you blog about today? Pick something that's trending. You can do that from Google Trends too. You need to find a way to be social, plain, flat out, and simple. If you have a fan page, you log in as your fan page over here, all right? And you will use Facebook as, and I'm a member of a lot of things here, so I'm going to go in and use this as myself here. Whoops, give me a second. And when you do this, then you go in, you search for people and like and share things as your fan page. Now keep in mind, your fan page is your business, but if you want more people to come to your fan page, act as if you're your fan, you know, go and like people's stuff, because they're going to go, oh, that's a fan page. That's kind of cool. And your fan page should be branding you. Now, if your name is already taken, here's a tip. For example, if my name, Teresa Kaiser, was already taken for a fan page, you could say, you know, I could have went in and said Teresa Kaiser online. So that's just something to keep in mind. It doesn't always have to be that. And yes, Facebook gets confused. That's okay. So just be social, be interactive. It is extremely important that you are social and interactive with people on Facebook, on Twitter. Now, I'm going to show you just a little tip here. You know, we were talking about hashtags. Okay, so let's go over to Twitter. And I'm not super active on Twitter, but I do know a few things about it. I know that I'm sharing things on Twitter with people, and I keep it pretty basic. It's just a plain purple. But if you wanted to search Twitter for something, see this little bar up here? These search bars are your friends. So if you wanted to find people, okay, by you know, your interests, to say, well, and as you can see, you know, I have quite a few tweets and I'm following people, and I have a lot of followers. I've done this over a period of time. Why? Because I've worked with it. All right. If you put in a hashtag, which is the #, and you want to find people that like network marketing or gardening, or some people who are in gardening clubs, you can type in, and I'm not a gardener. In fact, I'm actually a person with a terrible black thumb, so don't send me any plants, but garden clubs. Okay. And see, there's all kinds of things here. So then you can go in and you can find the tweets about, you know, garden clubs or something like that. This person is a member of a garden club, and, you know, or whatever it is. Maybe it's a language I can't read, so that's okay. But the point is, you can search for anything that you want here. Maybe you have a certain interest in music. Another good thing would be to search. The biggest thing now is Periscope. Okay, you can search things about Periscope. You know, Periscope Live. These are things that are trends right here. So when you start searching for something, related searches, people have searched for this. I guess Periscope in the shower is a big thing, apparently. Like I said, Saturday morning humor never hurts. Worldwide trends. These are the hashtags that people are searching for worldwide that are just big, you know, for worldwide. You can change this. So if you want to select a location and find out what's trending in your area. Now you'll see I'm in Wisconsin, so we'll pick Chicago just out of curiosity and see what is trending near Chicago. So, hey, Katrina, if you want to get on Twitter and share some hashtags here, this is what's trending near Chicago. So that's exactly how, you know, you're going to have to be a social butterfly, basically. If you want to work online, you need to interact with people, because if I go and I see an ad on Facebook, and by the way, Facebook gets confused sometimes. It is not me, because I am a technical coach, so I know that it does this. But basically, if I go and I see an ad, so let's find an ad here. Any of them that say, if I go down through my timeline and it says sponsored, and I'm at, oh, now it's decided to let me be my fan page. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so if I go through and I see something in my timeline that says sponsored results, or someone paid for this or that, see if we can just find something here. I'm going to go check that person out, is basically what I'm saying. So you don't want people to do that, to check you out if you have absolutely no posts, because you know what? You might as well take your money that you're spending on Facebook for advertising and throw it away. You know, there's an ad, but it's not a person. If I find one that's a person here, I'll show you. And about the time that I want one, I'm not finding it. But if it's sponsored by a person, and then so if I were to go and check someone out that has a sponsored post, you know, where that means that they paid for it and they didn't have any posts, do you think that I would buy from them? No, I would not. I would not buy from a person that doesn't have any interaction on their page. I just wouldn't, you know. And so it's just something to keep in mind. You know, if you're going to be online, be social. It's extremely, extremely important. Now, I'm going to share something with you. I'm going to show you. Well, I see a lot of people putting YouTube videos on Facebook, okay? Why are you doing that? Yeah, that's right. I just asked you. Why are you doing that? Because people will not see them. And if I go over to my profile here, I'm going to give you a little example. And just so you know, that's not a bunch of naked people on my wall. It's actually they're a dance club, and they did an awesome job. So I just wanted to share that. But see where it says photos and videos? These are not YouTube videos at all, okay? So if we go and we take a look at my videos, these are videos that I have shared directly to my wall, okay? This one is extremely short, and I'm going to just bring it up here and show you why I'm bringing it up, okay? How many views do you see there? 425. Now, this was shared, I want to say, in the beginning of May, and I got most of these views almost immediately within a week. This same video on YouTube got 11 views. 11. And I tested this. And do you know why that happened? Facebook likes to share its own content. They'll show more of your friends this content because it's directly uploaded to YouTube compared to YouTube. Why? They don't own YouTube. They don't give two diddly squats about YouTube. And people are lazy. If they can hit play from your timeline, they're going to do that. So I had someone ask me the other day, why do I put it on YouTube then? Because not everybody in the world uses Facebook. Not everybody, but if you want to get the most exposure to this video, put the video here. And then at the end of your video, just say, hey, by the way, I'm on YouTube too. Go check me out. Here's my channel. Make sure you subscribe so that in case I don't have this video on Facebook next time, I really don't want you to miss any updates. Invite people in your videos to be social with you. Say, hey, I have a YouTube channel. Hey, I have a Facebook. Here's where you can find me on my fan page. People need to get to know you, like you, and trust you to be able to buy from you. If you don't put yourself out there, how are people going to know who you are? You could be just the same as the next scammer. And I have no way to know you, like you, or trust you, or get to know you. And that will be my judgment if you do not have content out there where I can watch you as a person and know that you have a life. Please do not post just your business all up and down your timeline. Because number one, when I see people that do that, I will not be their friend. It is just plain and simple. I'm going to just come off from the screen sharing here. That's just plain and simple. If you are one of those people who are spamming up and down the wall, join my business. In fact, I saw someone, they said, oh, here's a free movie coupon if you book construction services with us. And their whole wall was full of that stuff. And I'm like, delete, bye, see ya. Because that's not being social. Being social is sharing that, you work online, you have a business, but you have a life. And for me, it's about family. Family is important. I want to make sure that I'm sharing, hey, I have a family. I go out and I do fun stuff. I'm not glued to this computer 24/7. I'm just not. And a lot of my stuff is automated. And if you want to learn how to automate your stuff, I have that available too. I just did a training on that the other day. I will sit and I will schedule my things for the whole week. And you know what I do after that? I go out and I live my life. And you can do the same. And anyone in this group, on this team, will tell you the same thing. Don't spend your life in front of a computer. That's not why you looked into working from home online. Learn to automate your things. Go do your business. Be social. Answer your emails. And move on. The reason you're doing this is maybe family, more time freedom, or you don't like your job, or whatever it is. I'm not going to play on those emotions because you know your reason why you're here. You know your reason why you're watching this. It's because you want change in your life. But a lot of it will come from mindset. If you are not the person that's the party animal in the room, I don't mean you have to post wild, crazy stuff on Facebook or on your social media, but if you don't put yourself out there and brand yourself and be noticed, here's a good example. And I'm not putting this out there to brag. I'm putting this out there to show you what's possible. Go ahead, go to Google and put my name in, and you will find my name on the first 3 to 4 pages, maybe more now, because I've been doing this for a while. Branding yourself does take a little bit, okay? But I do that because I want people to know that they can get in touch with me in lots of different ways. I'm a real person. Have you ever bought something online and then you try to get a hold of someone and you're like, well, they're not answering my emails. I want nothing to do with them. And it happens. And guess what? Once someone forms that opinion of you, you're done. Your opportunity with that person and their opinion of you, it just tanked and sunk. And it will never come back because you don't have yourself put out there. If you're afraid of a video, so what? I don't care. Do it anyway. You're here. You want this change? Put that video on Facebook. Do it anyway. So I don't know. Do you have anything that you want to add to this, Katrina? I mean, tell people about your experiences, because Katrina, before Katrina starts too, Katrina has come a very long way. I've known Katrina, I want to say probably almost a year, maybe a teeny bit more. I remember she was this little meek person, and she says, "Hi, my name's Katrina." Now that girl gets on there, and you better listen, because it's like when it's, I guess I'm old enough, but like they say, when E.F. Hutton talks, you listen. When this girl talks, you better listen, because she has turned herself around into a complete powerhouse. I'm very, very proud of you, Katrina, for doing that. And this is a very good example of how, if you want something bad enough, come out of your shell and start talking to people, because that's exactly what it takes to get where you want to be. In any business, I don't care if it's Empower, if it's some shake or diet business, you need to come out of your shell, be a social butterfly, and show people who you are. People need to get to know you, and no better way than social media. I don't care if it's Twitter, Periscope, just put yourself out there. And I think Katrina's, she's been doing some Periscope stuff, and she'll probably cover that a little bit more since she's got the experience in that. And Katrina, will have you take it away. And if you guys have questions in the chat, just make sure that you put them below. And were there any questions before we go ahead, Katrina, by the way? None. Okay. All right. Katrina Russell.
Hi, guys. Thank you so much for having me this morning. Thank you, Teresa. That's really funny. I really appreciate you saying all those things. But yeah, it was really weird, just me being in this business. I let me slow down. See, I get so excited that I just like start fumbling all over my words and whatnot. So okay, I really started this business. I got started in 2013, but I got out for a time, and then I came back a year ago. So I was like, what Teresa said, if you're afraid of something, just do it. I still can't explain this to you to this day, but I was horrified of doing video. Like, it was something just awfully terrifying about me putting a camera in front of my face and like transmitting it, putting it on the internet. So I can't tell you why that scared the heck out of me, but it just really did. It just really did. But like Teresa said, when you want something bad enough, you just do it. And I know I've talked about this word over and over again, but I'm going to say it again before I even get into what I want to talk about, which will be brief, hopefully. I don't know, maybe I'm lying, but it reminded me of the word desperate. And if you look that definition up, the definition of the word desperate, it has a lot of them that we know, hopeless and a lot of negative things and all of that, but it has one positive meaning. And the positive meaning is desperate. It means fearless. And so when Teresa said, when you want it bad enough, it's like you have to be desperate. You have to be fearless, because now I'll get in front of a camera, obviously, as I'm doing right now, and I'll share my story. And even that is a miracle in itself, me telling my story, and me being in front of a camera. But it's like you're desperate. You're fearless. I mean, it's a camera. What do you have to be afraid of? So that just reminded me of that word. Along the lines of being social on social media with your online marketing business. And I sure do wish Terry was on this line, because he could tell you a lot more about this. But I think we have all discovered that if you just slam people with your business, this is not going to work. You are not going to attract people to you. You have to tell them about you. You have to tell them about yourself first and foremost, so that they will they will, like Teresa said, know, like, and trust you. And I'm in a lot of Facebook groups, and this is funny to me now. This wasn't really funny to me when I was doing it or trying to get genuine prospects, but it's just funny now. Like, you see people all the time, buy my product, buy my product, buy my product. It's just like, you go down the wall and everybody is like, buy my product, join my business. So one day, somebody wrote something, and had I been thinking, I would have shared it or liked it or whatever. But he put, you know, isn't it funny that people say don't tell people to buy your product in this group, or no selling allowed, and yet that's what everybody's doing. So that was really funny to me, because it's like, no, what's the point of me telling you guys this? That's not the way to do it. You're not giving value. You're not talking about yourself. You're just simply telling about your business. Do you know how many businesses there are out there in the world? Do you know how many work from home businesses there are out there? That's like a $420 billion industry. No one wants to know about your business. People want to know about you. And I'll give you an example. I use Periscope, obviously. That's the new thing. And it's not just the fact that it's new. It's the fact that it's amazing. You know, it's just like every social media platform in one. Just like bam, right there. So it's if you're not on Periscope, get on Periscope and follow me and Teresa. I was on Periscope, and for this story to make sense to you, I'm gonna tell you a little bit of my story. 9 years ago, I was diagnosed with MS. Okay, it's not I'll usually talk about it, but in light of me going to my doctor's appointment yesterday, I don't really want to talk about it. Nothing bad happened. It's just that I have to get back on medicine, and I was really hoping I could stay off medicine this time, but that's why I don't really want to talk about it. But what you need to know is 9 years ago, I was diagnosed with MS. But I'm determined to show people possibility. And that's one of the things I strive to show people on Periscope. I strive to inspire them, show them possibility, tell them my story, how I'm slapping MS in the face, you know, how I've been slapping it in the face for the past 9 years. So I had this idea. I wanted to show people who I am, because I'm a person who believes in possibility. And honestly, what I do is I inspire and I encourage people. This is going to sound really crazy to you guys. So what I did, I got on my bed, which is right behind me. And the reason why it's not made up is because I get tired sometimes and I just frankly don't feel like it, you know. But my bed is right behind me. So I got on my bed and I turned myself upside down and I did a Periscope. And the title of it was Why I'm Periscoping Upside Down. And on that Periscope, I told my story. And see, what do you got to know about someone battling MS? I can't speak for everybody, but this is at least in my case. If I took my head and let me hold on before I do this. And I bend my head back like this. When I come up, when I bring my head up, it's like I'm not just, well, I guess disoriented would be the word. You know how you get on a roller coaster? I don't get on those a lot, but you know how you get on the roller coaster and it's going so fast that when you get off, you're like, woo, you know, you're like dizzy and woozy. Where it's like that for me, except I don't get dizzy. I just get woozy just from turning my head back like that. And so I wanted to do that on my Periscope. I wanted to show people who I am. I'm a little weird. I'll admit it. I'm a little weird, but I want to encourage people the most that this is what I'm battling. This is what I'm going through, but I'm doing something that people will tell you, don't do that. You know, if you're going through what I'm going through, and not because I'm a rebel, which I may be a bit of a rebel, but because the whole point of me doing that was to show people, don't let others put limitations on you. And also that anything is possible. There is nothing that you can't achieve. Like I laid myself on that bed. Like this Periscope might have been like 5 minutes. I laid in that position for like 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh, I should probably get out of this position now, because I don't know. I think I feel myself falling off my bed. I don't know. But even when I ended my Periscope and I got up by myself. You know, I didn't need anyone to help me. So what's the point of me doing that? Was it to be weird? No, it's to show people, one, who I am, but to show people, like, I am so into possibility. I have to show others that you have greatness with it. And the point of me showing what I do is not to say that I'm so great. It's to say that you're so great. And if I can accomplish this, then you can accomplish these things too. So after I did that Periscope, I got 6 followers. And it was one person in particular that I connected with, but I guess that's another story. But I got 6 followers after I did that, simply by showing people myself that, yeah, I'm a weirdo. Yeah, I do things out of the ordinary. You know, I go against the grain all the time. And so that's what you got to do. You got to show people yourself. No one cares. Like, I'm an online marketer. I'm a network marketer. But the reality is no one cares about your business. I guess I can't really say no one cares. People care. But that's not what they want to be slammed with all the time. So that was the thing I did a couple of days ago. And I'm just going to share this last thing. And I'm going to turn it back over to you, Teresa. I was listening to one of the products. Sorry, this is all funny to me. I was listening to one of the products that we have in the Empower Network. Is let's see, it's the Mass Influence Formula. It's number 4. I can't remember the title, but it's number 4. So David Wood, who is our founder, he was saying that he was listening to somebody, you know, like somebody big, and people just wanted to get down to the training. Give us the training, you know, blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay, I'm going to tell you his training. I'm going to tell you his training. But before he told the training, he told, like, stories for a long time. And then he said, oh, you finally want me to get to the training? So he got to the training, and it took him about 30 seconds to say the training, probably. It took him, just a little bit to tell the training. And he said, now, you want to know the reason why I didn't tell you that to begin with? He's like, I had to affect your belief system. Because had I just told you the training without telling you all these stories to, you know, change your mind about things, had I just gotten down to the training, you would have heard it, but you wouldn't have done it. You know, it would have been like in one ear and out the other. So he told these stories before he got to it. And like, I didn't mean to do this on my Periscope. I swear, this wasn't my intention. But I usually do a business building conference call on Friday morning. And so I'm like, okay, do I want to promote this conference call and have maybe 1 or 2 people on there, maybe no people on it? Or if I get on Periscope, immediately people will see that I'm on there, and immediately they will begin to tune in. So I kind of compared the two, and I'm like, I'm just going to run a little experiment. I'm going to do something new, and I'm going to do this on Periscope. And so, like, I don't even know what the point I was trying to make, but I ended up telling my story about MS. I ended up telling my story about being a network marketer. I told my story about how I got stranded in the Paris airport. Like, that's a story for another day. I would be more than willing to tell you guys, but I got stranded in the Paris airport. Charles de Gaulle Airport is like being stranded in O'Hare. Everything went wrong when I was stranded there. I talked about my college career and all the stuff I did, the travel, you know, just all this stuff. And so when I got down to the end of the conference, I said, oh, this is a business building conference. So I guess I should give you a business tip. I said, tell your story. That's the business tip. You know, in your online marketing business, tell your story. And then I explained some things. I said, now, I could have just said that from the beginning. I could just said, tell your story. That could have been the end of my conference call. However, I needed to show you myself. I needed to, when I say that anything is possible, I need you to believe me. So if I tell you all these crazy things that I've done and triumphed over, if I tell you that, and then tell you that anything is possible, you are way more likely to believe me. As opposed to if I just came up to you, a stranger on the street, and said, hey, buddy, you got greatness in you. You might think I'm a lunatic. I don't know. You might brush me off. You might listen. You may or may not. But if I tell you all the great things that I've done, all my struggles, and how I've triumphed over all of them, are you not a bit more likely to believe me when I tell you that you have greatness inside of you and that you can accomplish anything? So I guess that is my tip for social media. 1, show yourself. 2, yes, tell your story. But that's a part of showing yourself. And like Teresa said, don't just slam people with your business. I mean, you are so much more than a business. You are so much more than that. And I actually had somebody do that to me. They started like running down all the credentials of their business. I'm like, are you serious? You know? But no, people don't want to hear about your business. They want to know about you. So that is all I got for you. Tell your story, show yourself, and then of course don't just give the goods immediately. Just, I don't know, tease people a bit. Just tell your story. And so, okay, that's all I got for you, Teresa.
Thank you so much, Katrina. I appreciate that. You know, Katrina is very, very right. Remember in the beginning of our talk today, I was talking about how you need to be a social butterfly. And that doesn't necessarily mean you need to say, oh, that is such a pretty picture, I really like that, and click like all over the place. It means share who you are. You know, it's Saturday morning, I'm up, I'm in a t-shirt and sweats, and I don't care. That's me. That's how I'm comfortable working. You know, you'll see Katrina sometimes. She sits in her bed in her pajamas, but that's how she works because she's comfortable. Actually, I've seen her sit in the restroom too, but well, you can ask her about that later. No, she wasn't using it, but it was the quietest room in the house. But we still give her crap about it.
I need to interrupt now. I was not using the bathroom, okay? I wasn't using the bathroom. I was just sitting there because it was quiet, okay? My house is really noisy. You didn't have to say that, Teresa. That wasn't right, man. I wasn't doing anything.
The point is you can be comfortable anywhere. You know, you can work from anywhere. You know, you can work from the John, you can work from a restaurant, you can work from your deck, you can work on a, you know, wherever. You know, the other day I took my laptop with me and I went to a friend's house and I was sitting there using the internet there, writing my blog posts, you know, running my business. As long as there's Wi-Fi, you can do your business. The point here is just because you have something else going on, fit your business into your day somehow. And be yourself, you know, tell your story. Like Katrina was saying, if you walk up to someone and say, hi, if I were to walk up to someone and say, hi, my name's Teresa, you're meant for greatness, they look at me like, who's that crazy dude? You know, who's that crazy lady? What's she drinking today? But if I started interacting with someone and I said, oh, I like your dog, he's really cute, you know, and you have a conversation with someone on the street. Then you get into telling your story and then they go, oh, what do you do? You know, because you're going to talk to people, be social. You don't say, hi, my name's Teresa. Are you getting leads in your business? Cram, cram, cram. Here's my business. Because you know what? People don't want that. Just like me, I'm being me, you know, yeah, I went, because if I were to cram my business down your throat, you'd be like, get out of my face. I have better things to do today than to have that crap shoved in my face. And I leave too when people start doing that to me. If you're, you know, and I even had someone when they were messaging me say, you know, if you're not getting enough leads in your business, I said, and people approached me for SEO, which is search engine optimization. I said, okay, one, let me stop you right there. Just go Google my name and we're good. I don't need SEO. I'm branding me. You know, they're like, oh, how did you do that? I said, I work at it. You know, I said, and if you are approaching people, and I took time with this person, I said, if you're approaching people like that, that's really not the best way. And I said, how's that going for you? Well, people keep blocking me. Gee, I wonder why. So lesson be learned. Please don't spam people. Just put yourself out there. Be yourself. You know, Don't be afraid of a video camera. I've never had a video camera bite me ever, although I have bent over and tipped over the video camera, but I've never been bitten in the face by a video camera, and neither will you. Just talk to the camera like I'm talking to you, you know? Get yourself out there and be known. Katrina's out there doing Periscope. I'm not afraid to put, videos on Facebook. I'm not afraid to do a Google Hangout. I'm sitting here doing one with you now, and so is Katrina. So if you guys have questions, make sure that you message someone from Team Blitz, either Katrina or myself, or any of the Team Blitz members. You can actually use the hashtag Team Blitz Project 100, and you'll be able to find members of our group just by using that hashtag and putting it all together and be able to connect with people in our group. So Katrina, do you have anything you want to add before we close out today?
No, I have nothing to add except don't take the social out of social media. That's all I gotta say.
That's really good. That's like that should be a big advertisement. So we'll see you guys on every Wednesday and Saturday from Team Blitz Live. You can watch our Hangouts, or you can follow, one of the team members, get their link and connect with them on Wednesday evenings and Saturday mornings. And we'll see you then. Make sure you leave your questions in the chat below. And that concludes our Hangout for today. Be social. And make sure that you get yourself out there and be known, because it's very, very important. Bye for now.